Hey y'all, it's your girl Denise. So I was asked to do another social cam today in reference to dating. And actually something profound came out today about one of the Williams sisters saying she didn't want to date for another 10 years because she had her heart broke by Common and Drake, and then Common's tweeting that it wasn't him and so on and so forth. So my issue was, one of my girlfriends said to me today, she says, you know what? She said, these ninjas gotta learn. She said, I'm tired of dating, and this is, I quote, average men that are doing average things and want to date subpar women, so below average bitches they're dating, biatches, I'm sorry. And then she comes into the picture with her good job and her, everything going for her, and she gets treated like crap because it goes along with my bum residue theory, so on and so forth. So she says she's going to only start dating men that are only 50% or less black. She said that if they have more than 0.005, over the limit, she's not going to do it. And it actually sounds really fucked up to say, but I don't care. And the reason I don't care is because black men have been saying and doing for years what they wanted to do, and black women don't say anything. Black women are just like, and there's some black women that get really angry and upset by this, but to be honest with you, the only reason that I get upset is if you're saying, like, as a race that we as black people and black women are, not this and not that, then I get upset because I'm like, dude, for real, like, your mama's black. Somebody in your family is black. So she stated that she was, the best time of her life was when she was dating people that were of Hispanic descent, that were partially mixed with white, and so on and so forth, because I think that the blueprint was a little bit different. Unfortunately, I have to agree with her. And again, I have to plug my book. A lot of the hellacious things that happened to me in this lifetime happened to me at the hands of black men, not Hispanic men, not white men, not whatever. So we could talk about the oppressors and, slave days and shit like that. No, let's just talk about just dating. Let's just talk about that. And so if anybody on planet Earth should hate black men, it's really me. I really should. I should gun you down every time I fucking see you in the street, but I don't. And when I say hurt, I'm not talking about like somebody hurt my feelings. We're not talking about like a Victor situation. That shit is dead and stinking. We're talking about like some deep rooted, like, mental terrorizing type stuff. And just, you didn't know how to treat people. You got all these issues, and then you want to blame everybody else. And then, later on in the book, I go back and I talk to some of the people that were pivotal during that time. And you start to see that they're still fucked up. They're still doing the same shit that they were doing over and over and over again, just to different women. So it leads you to say, why don't black women go out and date other races? And I've answered this question over and over and over again. And I think there's like a sense of loyalty. I think there's a sense of fear. There's a sense of like, what if he goes Rosewood on me and calls me a nigger with the ER on the end? But unfortunately, I have to agree with her in saying that she has been hurt the most by black men, because those are the ones that she trusted the most, and so have I. So it's not that we're giving up. It's just to say, you know what? Black men are onto something. They're dating other races. They have no regard for, what we say or what we think about it. So why can't we do the same thing? Then it goes back to the old adage. This was another thing that she said, and I know this is going to press some buttons because a lot of y'all know my history with, an athlete or two or seven engagements. But the problem is that she made the statement, and this woman is at the top of her game in her job. She's up there. Okay, she's doing well. No kids, never been married. No attitude problems. She's not sassy. She's cute. It's ridiculous, really. And unfortunately, she said, you know what? If I'm gonna put up with stupid shit from the average cat that's doing average shit, then I may as well go back to, dating a cat that I just came from the Olympics with. Because she was over in London at the Olympics, and, she knew some folks, so at the end of the day, it begs to differ, because she said at least the athlete has enough damn sense to say, well, my stock is here. I can only go so low on my stock because I'm kind of a big deal. Whereas the average man is getting the average chick, the below average chick, the above average chick. You know, he has like, he's actually the worst candidate to date. And we're talking average to us is somebody that's not on some Barack Obama, that's not, you know, making millions of dollars. You're just like an average, like the regular guy. And then I always joke, and people think I'm kidding when I say, we gave you regular motherfuckers a chance back in the 90s, and you all started dating strippers and whores and marrying them, confusing and fucking up the game. So that's why we don't want to do it anymore. So now you're all on the second level of life, and now you're all getting divorced, and we're kind of like, don't nobody want to be bothered with you now? You and your fuck ass kids. Nobody wants to be bothered with you, because when we wanted to build something with you, when we're all fresh out of college and, you know, still believing in the whole, you know, build a man dream, you know, you weren't down for the team. You wanted to go over there with Team Ho. You understand what I'm saying? They say, well, the hoes, you know, the hoes aren't winning. The hoes will never win. Shit, they was winning in the 90s. Now, I don't know if we catching up to them as far as medals are concerned, but they were winning in the 90s. I almost was on their team, too. A lot of us were. So at the end of the day, you know, I just think that people should date who they want to date. I don't think anybody should be mad that she made a statement that basically said that black men are not shit, because there is a large portion of you that are not shit, and you know you're not shit. You're masquerading like you're about some shit, but you're really not. There's a large portion of women, don't get me started on y'all too, because y'all ain't shit either. Y'all fueling the fire to the flame instead of telling a man, look, you know, you whack as hell. Fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to keep feeding them and keep feeding them because you think it's a game, right? And then you sit up there and you have these kids to these motherfuckers, and then you wonder why they're not around, because you allowed them to be not shit. That's why. So we all just a race of not shit people. So I think that we should just go out and just start dating other races so that maybe we can learn something from them, because you don't see the Jews going out there and fucking up the bloodline and talking bad about each other, and their kids walking around looking crazy, you know, with no Torah and walking, you know, you don't see that. You don't see the Muslims out there fucking up their religion and their race and everything else and saying that anybody is better than Allah and everybody else. The only people that do that are ignorant ass black people like myself and other people that are pissed off about the dating situation and about how we're treating each other in this point in time. And so at the end of the day, at first I was kind of taken aback by what she said, but I said I definitely will go on there and share with y'all what she said, because I feel her and I get it. And I've watched her. This isn't something that I, you know, heard about or just whatever. I watched her give the guy that had the kids a chance, and give the guy that was working down at, you know, the gas station a chance, and give the guy that was, you know, this, you know, dude over here with a regular job a chance, you know. And I said, well, you know what, I'm co-signing all your bullshit. Just make sure that when it comes time, you co-sign mine. All right, y'all, I just want to put that out there. I'm in disclaimer, and I'm not saying that we ain't shit. I'm just saying that we need to do a little bit better. When you meet a man and he's 38 years old and he ain't never been on a picnic, you the first one that took him on a picnic, first thing I thought is, black women, we got to do better. That's the easiest goddamn thing to do. Pack up a picnic, throw some, you know, candy squares in there, and some, you know, bubble gum and some candies and some chickens, and you straight. But we can't get it together. That's why we should just go sit the fuck down. Okay? Thank you, and good night.